My partner spent our life savings on toys. Here's what happened next. Before we begin the story, make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss more incredible stories every day. My phone vibrates at 2:13 a.m., face down on the kitchen table like it's ashamed of what it's about to show me. Capital One alert. Withdrawal, $24,950. 00. Available balance, $312. 44. I stare so hard the screen goes blurry. The down payment fund. The someday house, jar we never touched. The account I check every payday because I'm the boring one. Jamie, 31, night shift nurse. The person who packs lunch and tracks autopay like it's a religion. Taylor jokes that my love language is spreadsheets. That money is supposed to be our next step. A small place with a yard, maybe IVF if the first round doesn't take, maybe just breathing room. We make rules. No purchase over $200 without texting first. Shared passwords. Receipts saved in a folder literally named Future. Now the future is $312. 44. Taylor is already in the doorway in socks, hair wild, eyes too awake. Jamie, they whisper, voice cracking. Don't call anyone. Please. I don't even answer. I scroll. Another alert. Recurring transfer canceled. Another. New payee added. Vintage vault storage. What is vintage vault? My voice comes out flat, like a stranger's. Taylor steps closer, palms up like I'm holding a gun. It's nothing. Just a unit. 4. For what? I tap the alert with my thumbnail until it hurts. Why is our savings gone? They swallow. I can fix it. I swear. It's temporary. Temporary doesn't look like $25,000. I stand, chair legs scraping. Show me the account. Right now. Taylor's gaze flicks to the hallway, to the closet door they started locking last month. If you open that unit, they say, barely audible, you'll ruin everything. I wait for them to laugh, to say it's a prank, to show me a reverse charge. Instead, Taylor's eyes fill and they shake their head like they're watching a car crash they caused. My fingers hover over call bank, and Taylor grabs my wrist, gentle, desperate. Jamie, please, they say. Don't go to the storage place tomorrow. They say tomorrow like they already know I have a key. 3 years ago, Taylor and I are the kind of couple our friends hate. We split bills in an app, we meal prep on Sundays, we high-five when the credit card balance hits zero. When we move in together, July 2023, we open a joint account at my insistence. 2 direct deposits. 1 automatic transfer every Friday. $600 to house/IVF. Taylor makes a whole show of it, kissing my forehead. Look at us, they say. Domestic. We even write down our rules on a sticky note and slap it inside the kitchen cabinet. No secrets. No loans. No big purchases without a yes. It's cheesy, but it works. Until it doesn't. The first weird thing is small. Late September 2025, I come home, and there's a brown box leaning against our door like a sleeping dog. The label says T. Harris, Taylor's middle name, not the one they use. Inside, bubble wrap, a plastic invoice slip, and nothing else. Did you already return it? I ask, trying to keep my tone casual. Taylor doesn't look up from the couch. Yeah, wrong item. Amazon mess. Why is it under your middle name? They shrug like I'm asking why the sky is blue. Because my main account is locked out. Password stuff. I believe them because believing them is easier. Because Taylor is sweet. Because they bring me coffee on my double shifts. Because when I say, I feel anxious about money, they squeeze my hand and say, we're a team, Jamie. Then October hits and the packages start coming faster. Locker pickup codes ping their phone. A neighbor tells me in the elevator, your husband has expensive taste. Those boxes say fragile, collectible. He's not my husband. I correct automatically. And then softer, what boxes? Taylor laughs when I mention it. It's just stuff from my childhood. Nostalgia. I'm reselling. It's basically free money. Show me, I say. Like the listings? Later, Taylor says, and kisses me like a period at the end of a sentence. Their phone flashes. Afterpay due, $178. 22. On an account I've never seen. I tell myself Afterpay is for sneakers or concert tickets. I tell myself it's not my business if Taylor wants a little fun. Then the kitchen cabinet sticky note starts to feel like it's mocking me. October 11th. I notice the mail is already open when I get home. Not accidentally ripped. but sliced clean along the edge. The envelope is from our bank. Paper statement I didn't ask for. I check the recycling bin. Shredded confetti. You don't trust me? Taylor says when I bring it up, eyes wide like I slapped them. I'm trying to surprise you with something. A surprise that needs shredding? I hear my own voice and hate how sharp it sounds. Taylor's smile turns sad. You've been so stressed. I'm just handling things. Handling things means our closet door now has a little brass padlock. When I ask about it, Taylor says, it's for your own peace of mind. So you don't see gifts early. Gifts plural. Packages arrive with weird cinder names. Kai's Toy Den, Neon Night Collectibles, Limited Drop Fulfillment. Taylor intercepts them like a goalie. One time I come home early and catch them crouched by the hallway window, peeking through the blinds for the delivery truck. What are you doing? I ask. Taylor snaps upright. Nothing. Why are you sweating? Because you're interrogating me. They shoot back. Too fast. Can I have one thing? The weirdest part is the returns. Taylor leaves the house with a stack of boxes, comes back empty-handed, says, all returned. See, you were worried for nothing. But the joint card balance doesn't drop. It climbs. I start taking photos, just in case. Shipping labels. Box sizes. The timestamps on my doorbell cam. I tell myself I'm building clarity, but it feels like stalking my own partner. My stomach won't let me sleep. October 18th, a text pops up on Taylor's phone while they're in the shower. I'm not proud, but my eyes snag it anyway. The P.O. Box renewal sits there, proving Taylor has a place I can't reach. By October 22nd, I stop asking and start checking. On my lunch break, I sit in my car outside the hospital parking garage, air smelling like stale fries, and log into the joint account. The screen loads, and my throat closes. The house/IVF savings balance is still there, but it's thinner. Not gone. Like someone's been taking bites. A transfer out every 2 days for $199. 99, $799. 99, $1,299. 99. The memos are nonsense. VV hold. NVK. Drop 3. When I open the transaction details, half of them list merchant info unavailable, like the account is trying to hide the trail for them. Then I tap linked accounts, and there's something new. Taylor Harris, personal checking connected as an external recipient. Added October 6th. I didn't add it. I screenshot everything. Timestamps. Account nicknames. The last 4 digits. My hands shake so much I almost drop my phone. That night, I wait until we're both at the table. I slide my phone across like an evidence folder. Taylor glances once and leans back, laughing a little. Oh my God, Jamie. Don't Jamie me. I say. Why are you transferring money out of our savings? It's not out, Taylor says, waving their fork. It's moving. Investing. You know, collectibles. Our down payment is not your stock portfolio. Taylor's expression hardens. You're being dramatic. I'm being accurate. There are 8 transfers in 16 days. Because timing matters, they snap. Limited drops. If you don't buy at release, you lose value. I'm literally making us money. Then show me the profit. I say. Show me the resale. Show me anything that isn't just withdrawals. Taylor scoffs and stands, pushing the chair back so hard it bangs the wall. You want receipts? Fine. You'll get receipts. But you need to stop acting like I'm stealing from you. I stare at them. Are you? Taylor's mouth opens, then closes. The silence is its own answer. They head to the closet, and I finally notice the second key. On their keyring, I spot a tag. Vintage Vault, Unit 214. I text Priya from the bathroom, sitting on the edge of the tub like it's the only stable thing in the apartment. Me. Do you have time tomorrow? Something is wrong with Taylor. Priya. Wrong how? Me. Money. Secrets. Storage unit. Priya. Oh, Jamie. That's not a hobby. In the living room, Taylor rummages through the locked closet while I watch from the doorway. My face feels hot and numb at the same time. I can show you, Taylor says. But you have to promise you won't freak out. I'm already freaked out. I say. You took money without asking. I didn't take it, they insist. It's ours. I used it for us. For us. I laugh once ugly. You hid statements. You got a P.O. box. Taylor whirls. Because you judge everything. You treat me like a child. I finally find something I'm good at, and you want to control it. What you're good at is lying. I say, and their face collapses. Taylor's eyes fill. I'm trying, they whisper. I'm trying so hard. They open a shoebox like it's a confession. Inside are acrylic cases holding tiny figures and sealed retro games. Bright, perfect, ridiculous. This is inventory, Taylor says. I flip it. I'm building a cushion. A cushion? I echo. With our down payment? You don't understand supply, Taylor snaps. You don't understand what these are worth. Then explain it, I say. Because right now I understand we can't pay rent if you're wrong. How much? I ask. Taylor hesitates. Not that much. That's not a number. They finally spit it out. Like $8 grand. I pull up the screenshots. The transfers. The $24,950 withdrawal. Taylor, I say, voice shaking. That's not 8. Their jaw tightens. Fine. I borrowed. Just until I sell the big pieces. Taylor's hands shake as they talk, half angry, half terrified. You think I'm stupid, they say. You think I don't contribute. They pace the kitchen, wiping tears with the back of their wrist, and somehow I'm the villain for noticing the money is gone. Priya's next text makes my stomach drop. Freeze your credit tonight. I don't sleep. I sit at the kitchen table with my laptop open, the bank app on my phone, and Taylor snoring in the bedroom like nothing is on fire. At 3:07 a.m., I open my email and type P.O. Box into the search bar, even though the account is mine. A single result shows up from USPS Informed Delivery, forwarded. The sender, T. Harris plus fulfill at Proton. Me. Proton. Not Gmail. Not the shared Taylor and Jamie account we use for bills. A burner. I click. The email is a confirmation for P.O. Box 4187, paid in full for 6 months. The payment method is masked, but the last 4 digits, 1448, match the card number on our joint account. My throat goes dry. I'm not dealing with nostalgia. I'm dealing with infrastructure, systems built to hide. I check the router app. 2 devices I don't recognize are connected. T. Harris, IP14, and VV laptop. I check the browser history on the shared tablet we keep in the living room. Most of it is boring, recipes, weather. Then I scroll lower and see it, Neon Night Collectibles. Checkout. Afterpay, approve. Drop calendar November. There's also a saved PDF titled Authentication Certificate, Neonite. Another titled Storage Agreement, Vintage Vault. I screenshot, then email the screenshots to myself and to Priya with the subject line backup. It feels dramatic, but Uncle Rob's voice echoes in my head from every holiday. Document first. Cry later. At breakfast, Taylor acts cheerful, pouring cereal like we're fine. You're quiet, they say, watching me. Are we okay? I swallow my anger so it doesn't blow everything up too early. I'm tired, I say. Work was rough. Taylor nods, relieved. I'm going to handle things today, they say. Errands. Like lockers. Like a P.O. box. Like a storage unit I'm not supposed to see. When Taylor leaves, I open the junk drawer and find the keyring. 2 keys, 1 tag, unit 214. I slide the tag into my palm and realize I'm done asking for truth. I call out sick and go to the bank the way you go to an ER, hoping you're overreacting, knowing you're not. At the branch, I sit across from a woman with a nameplate that says personal banker. My voice shakes when I say, someone linked an external account without my consent. She pulls up the profile and frowns. The external account was verified with microdeposits, she says. 2 deposits, $0, 07 and $0. 11, confirmed the next day. I didn't confirm anything. Her eyes flick up. Was your partner on the account? Yes, I say, and it tastes like rust. She prints a page. There, in black ink, external transfer enrollment, authorized by T. Harris. Under contact email, it lists that Proton address. Can I remove it? I ask. We can restrict transfers, she says carefully. But since both account holders have access, you'll need to change your arrangement. I can also note a dispute if you believe fraud occurred. Fraud. The word lands heavy. I leave with a folder of printouts and a knot in my chest. In the parking lot, I open my phone and pull doorbell footage from the last month. Taylor's errands are a map. Every other day, a quick drive to a package locker at the strip mall. Every Saturday, a stop at a UPS store. Twice, a beige building with a blue sign that says Vintage Vault Self-Storage. I drive there next, just to look. The office smells like dust and lemon cleaner. A teenage clerk with braces hands me a brochure when I ask, "Do you have any units under Taylor Harris?" He shakes his head too fast. "We can't. I'm on the lease." I lie, and my face burns. He pauses, then checks the screen. "We have a unit 214 under T. Harris," he says, lowering his voice. "Paid 3 months up front. Started October 4th. Do you have the contract?" I ask. He slides a clipboard toward me. I catch the corner of a signature, Taylor's handwriting, but the cosigner line has my name printed, like someone traced it. My own name stares back at me in fake ink. Back home, I spread the papers across the table like I'm building a case against a ghost. The storage contract lists purpose of unit as retail inventory. There's also an access log. Keycode entries at odd hours, 11:48 p.m., 6:12 a.m. Times Taylor tells me they're asleep or at the gym. I open the shared tablet again and dig deeper, not into history, but into autofill. It's like lifting a rug and finding a second floor. Saved addresses include our apartment and P.O. Box 4187, and a third, Suite 9, Door B at the same strip mall as the lockers. Saved names include Taylor Harris and T.H., and one that makes my stomach flip, Jameson Lee. My name, masculinized, spelled wrong. Then I find the group. A browser tab pinned at the top, Toy Trade Underground, private forum. It requires a login. The password field autofills. I hate myself, and I click enter. Inside is a thread titled Drop 3, Buyers Ready. Taylor's username is VaultRunner214. The posts aren't about a hobby. They're logistics. Need 4 units of Neon Night number 47, mint only. PayPal friends and family. No chargebacks. Meet at Concourse Expo, North Entrance, 2 p.m. There are spreadsheets. There are trusted sellers. There are warnings about snitches. I scroll and see Taylor's messages. VaultRunner214. I can float 10K this week. Need quick turn. Mod_admin. Use burner. Use PO. Don't use your real name, dummy. VaultRunner214. Partner watches the bank. I'm using their line. Their line. I click attachments. Photos of boxes stacked in a unit. A corner of our familiar blue blanket in the background. My blanket from college. My things in their secret room. My phone rings. It's Taylor. I let it go to voicemail, but the transcript pops up anyway. "Jamie, did you go to the bank?" I slam the tablet shut, heart hammering, and shove papers under a placemat. I don't even have a lie ready when I hear keys at the door. Taylor's car can't be home yet, but their voice is close. Taylor walks in like a storm that pretends to be sunshine. "Hey," they say too brightly. "How was your day?" I smile with my lips only. "Fine. Tired." Their gaze flicks to the table, to the placemat that's sitting wrong. "You sure?" Taylor watches me for a beat, then heads to the bedroom. I wait until I hear the shower, then I grab my bag and leave. Uncle Rob meets me at a diner off the highway, the kind with laminated menus and bottomless coffee. He's my mom's older brother, quiet, bald, accountant energy in human form. I slide the folder across the table. "I think Taylor forged me onto a storage contract," I say, "and drained our savings." Uncle Rob doesn't gasp. He just flips pages, jaw working. "Okay," he says. "First, protect yourself. You're not crazy. This is paper." He makes a list on a napkin. Freeze your credit with all 3 bureaus. Change passwords and enable 2-factor on everything. Open a new bank account in your name only. Move your paycheck. Document every transaction and communication. Decide whether you're pursuing civil recovery or a criminal report. "Criminal," I whisper. "If they used your identity," he says, "that's not relationship drama. That's fraud." He hands me a card for Attorney Diaz, a family friend who does consumer law. I call from the parking lot, voice shaking, and Diaz answers like they've been waiting. "Do not tip them off," Diaz says after I summarize. "Get copies of the contract. Get bank statements. If your signature is forged, we can dispute the activity and consider a police report." I sit in my car and freeze my credit anyway. One website at a time. One confirmation number after another. The screen finally shows freeze active, and I exhale like I've been underwater. Then, at 11:16 p.m., a new alert pings my phone. Credit inquiry, retail card application, approved. Approved, even though my credit is frozen. My pulse bangs in my ears as I open the details. The approved card application lists P.O. Box 4187 as my home address. The next day is Friday, and Taylor cooks dinner like we're in a commercial. Garlic, candle, a playlist titled Us. They set my plate down with a soft smile. I'm sorry I scared you, Taylor says. I just wanted to surprise you with a win. A win, I repeat, tasting the word like it might be poison. Taylor nods eagerly. I have something to show you. They pull out their phone and open a spreadsheet, color-coded, because that's what they think will calm me. Columns labeled buy, hold, sell, target profit. See, they say. I'm up. Once I move the neon night set, we're back. I lean in. The numbers look real until I notice the profit column is mostly empty. Under proof, there are no links. No sale confirmations. Just Taylor's confidence. You didn't answer my question, I say. Did you use my identity? Taylor's smile flickers. Why would you jump to that? Because the storage contract has my name, I say, keeping my voice low. And I got a retail card alert at your P.O. box. Taylor's fork pauses midair. You froze your credit? Yeah, I say. Because you told me I was being dramatic. Taylor's face changes. The love bomb drops like a mask. You went behind my back, they say, voice thin. You're trying to ruin me. I'm trying to understand what you did, I say, and my throat tightens. What you're still doing. Taylor leans forward, eyes sharp. If you report anything, you'll destroy us. You'll destroy me. My job, my family, everything. Everything is already destroyed, I whisper. They reach across the table and squeeze my hand too hard. Jamie, they say softly, you don't want to make enemies in that community. That makes my skin prickle. What community? Taylor releases my hand and smiles again, too smooth. Just collectors. People who help each other. People who don't like drama. I excuse myself to the bathroom and text Priya under the fan. Me. They just threaten me without saying the word threat. Priya, don't be alone with them. I'm coming over. When I step back into the hallway, Taylor's laptop is open on the couch, and a shipping label is on the screen. To Jameson Lee, P.O. Box 4187. From Jamie Lee. My name is the return address, and I never printed it. Saturday morning, I play along, because playing along keeps me alive. I want to see you sell something. I tell Taylor over coffee. If this is an investment, prove it. Taylor relaxes instantly. Yes. Finally. Thank you. They say, like I just apologized. There's a meetup at Concourse Expo today. North entrance. 2. Great. I say, and my smile feels like plastic. While Taylor showers, I move fast. I open a new checking account online in my name only. I change my direct deposit at work. I print the bank transfers, the storage contract, the forum screenshots with Vault Runner 214 circled in red. Attorney Diaz tells me over speakerphone, do not record audio unless your state allows one-party consent. Just document facts. Priya shows up with a tote bag, and that look she gets when someone has lied to me. You sure? She asks. No, I say, but I'm doing it anyway. At 1:40 p.m. we park across from the expo center. Taylor texts, here, don't freak out. We walk in together, and Taylor's posture changes, shoulders back, grin wide. Like this is where they're powerful. A man in a black hoodie waves. Vault Runner, he calls. Taylor laughs. That's me. Priya squeezes my elbow. Okay, she murmurs. So it's real. Taylor leads us to a corner where a folding table is stacked with items that look like my stolen future. Limited run figures with price tags bigger than my rent, retro consoles still shrink-wrapped, a box labeled Neon Night, case fresh. A woman with a badge that says vendor taps her phone. Payment ready? She asks. Taylor turns to me, bright-eyed. See? We're about to make it back. I take a breath and pull the folder from my bag. Before you sell anything, I say, loud enough for the vendor to hear. Tell them whose name is on the credit line. Taylor freezes, smile cracking. The vendor's eyes narrow. What credit line? Taylor's gaze flicks between me and Priya and Uncle Rob, and I watch them realize I didn't come here to watch. I open to the printed storage contract and slide it across the table. You forged my name, I say. Say it out loud right now. Taylor's face drains as the vendor leans closer to read. The vendor reads the contract, lips moving. This says co-signer, Jamie Lee, she says slowly. And this signature. It's fine, Taylor blurts. It's just paperwork. They're my partner. I didn't sign it, I say. My voice is steady. The people around us start pretending not to listen, which means they're listening harder. Taylor laughs. Too high. Jamie is spiraling. They don't understand how this works. I understand enough, I say, and I flip to the next page. Bank printouts with dates highlighted. October 6th, external account added. October 7th, micro deposits verified. October 8th to November 2nd, 14 transfers out of our savings. Total, $18,699. 86. Taylor's eyes widen. Where did you get that? From the bank, I say. From our account. The vendor's phone buzzes. She glances at it, then at Taylor. You told me your partner was in on it, she says, voice sharp now. Taylor's jaw works like they're chewing words. They are. They were. I pull out my own phone and show the screenshot of the 2:13 a.m. alert. And then you emptied the rest, I say. $24, $9.50 in one withdrawal. A man in a hoodie mutters, dude. Taylor lunges for my phone, but Priya steps between us. Back up, she says flat. I keep going, because if I stop, I'll crumble. And that retail card approved last night? It's in my name. Same with Afterpay. Same with the P.O. box. I point to the shipping label on Taylor's laptop. From Jamie Lee. Taylor's face turns blotchy. I was going to pay it back, they hiss. I had to float it. Everyone floats it. Uncle Rob slides another page onto the table, something I didn't notice until now. This, he says, tapping, is a withdrawal from your emergency sub-account. The one you labeled Mom, surgery. My lungs forget how to work. That fund is for my mother's knee replacement in January. Taylor's voice breaks into a scream. I said I'd fix it. How? I ask, trembling. With what money, Taylor? The vendor backs away like the table is contaminated. You used your partner's identity, she says. That's not flipping. That's fraud. Taylor's eyes burn as they confess what the money really bought. The expo security doesn't drag anyone out, but the room shifts around us like people can smell smoke. Taylor storms outside first, phone to their ear, pacing. The vendor disappears into the crowd. Priya stays close enough that my shoulder keeps brushing hers. Attorney Diaz tells me over the phone, leave. Now, go somewhere safe. Then file reports while it's fresh. So we do. At the police station, my hands shake as I hand over the folder. The officer flips through the storage contract and the bank printouts like he's seen 100 versions of this story. Identity fraud, he says finally. We'll take a report. Hearing it said out loud makes me nauseous. Next is the bank again. I submit a written dispute for the unauthorized transfers and the external account linking. The banker helps me open a new account in my name and puts a note on the joint account. Transfers restricted. In-person withdrawal only. Then I sit in my car outside my mom's house and cry until my face swells. I don't tell her yet. I can't. Taylor's family calls me that night. Not to ask if I'm okay, but to say, Taylor is devastated. They say you humiliated them. Devastated. I repeat. They stole my mother's surgery fund. Silence. Then, are you sure? The shame hits like a wave, even though I did nothing wrong. I still feel like I'm the one who broke the rules. Monday, Taylor shows up at my work parking lot with flowers and that same spreadsheet smile. Can we just talk? They plead. No cops. No lawyers. I'll sign whatever. I keep my distance. Did you open credit in my name? I ask. Taylor's eyes flick away. It's complicated. It's not, I say. It's a yes or no. They step closer, voice dropping. If you keep doing this, you'll ruin my life. I point to the printed police report number in my hand. You already did. 2 days later, we sit in a small mediation room at the courthouse, Attorney Diaz beside me, Taylor across the table looking hollow and furious. Diaz slides a number forward. Total documented loss, $52,413. 86. Savings, transfers, credit, fees. Taylor doesn't argue the number. They just push a storage key across the table. Taylor slides a second key forward, and it isn't Unit 214. The second key opens a unit across town at a different facility, one Taylor never mentioned. Diaz insists we don't go alone. So Priya comes, and the manager unlocks the metal door while I stand there feeling like I'm about to meet a stranger. The door rolls up. It's not a few boxes. It's a wall. Stacked totes. Shelving. Shipping scales. Bubble mailers. A label printer. A binder full of handwritten orders. And, in the corner, A pile of unopened mail addressed to Jameson Lee. I don't touch anything with bare hands. Diaz told me. Photos first, then inventory, then law enforcement if there's evidence of ongoing fraud. Priya takes pictures while I read labels out loud like I'm naming ghosts. Neon night, case fresh. Drop 3 hold. Paid, do not ship. On the top shelf is a shoebox marked loans. Inside are promissory notes from people I've never met, all signed by Taylor. One says $7,000 cash advance, due in 14 days. Another, $3,500, interest 20%. So it's worse than compulsion. It's debt. It's a whole machine. That night, Diaz files for a civil protective order around the financial accounts and helps me draft a formal demand letter, reimbursement plan, return of my property, and a no-contact boundary unless it's in writing through counsel. I move my essentials into my mom's spare room. I feel 31 going on 13, hauling garbage bags of clothes and trying to pretend it's temporary. I change every password. I keep my credit frozen. I set up fraud alerts and a credit monitoring app that pings me for every inquiry like a watchdog. Taylor sends 27 messages in 2 days. Apologies. Anger. Photos of childhood toys. Voice notes crying. Then, at 1:18 a.m., a message that makes my blood run cold. Taylor, I can't pay them back unless you help me. Diaz tells me, do not respond. Let the record speak. Therapy starts on Thursdays. My therapist says the word betrayal trauma, and I finally stop feeling ridiculous for shaking when my phone buzzes. I don't know what Taylor becomes after this. Rehab, charges, denial, but I know what I become. Someone who locks the door and keeps the key. Then my banking app pings again, and it's from a number I don't recognize. In the weeks that follow, my life shrinks and steadies. I work my shifts. I sleep in my mom's spare room. I watch her hobble around the kitchen, and I feel the gut punch of what that mom surgery account was really for. Dignity. Pain relief. A chance to walk without wincing. Taylor didn't steal numbers. They stole time. The bank dispute crawls forward. Some transfers get flagged. Some don't. The credit card company closes the fraudulent account and sends me a packet that feels like a textbook. Diaz helps me file everything the way it needs to be filed. Dates, amounts, supporting documents. A clean timeline that doesn't sound emotional because emotional paperwork gets ignored. Taylor doesn't vanish, but they get smaller. Their lawyer requests mediation. Their family sends one last message that says, please don't destroy them. And I finally understand. They want me to carry the consequences so Taylor doesn't have to. I don't. I learned the practical stuff the hard way. And if you're reading this because your stomach is doing that same cold drop thing, here's what I wish someone had drilled into me. If money goes missing, screenshot everything immediately. Alerts, transfers, dates, merchant names. Freeze your credit before you talk it out. Talking doesn't stop applications. Move your paycheck to an account only you control. If your name is forged, call it what it is, fraud. You can love someone and still report them. Bring a witness. Bring paper. Bring professionals if you can. One Saturday, I take my mom to a small park near her physical therapy clinic. It's cold, bright, honest. She holds my arm and laughs when a dog tries to steal her glove. For the first time in months, my chest doesn't feel like it's full of glass. My phone buzzes with an unknown number, the same one from the bank alert. On my kitchen wall at my mom's, I tape a new sticky note. No secrets. No exceptions. My new savings account hits $1,000, then $2,000, and I celebrate by changing nothing, because stability is the prize. This time, I answer, and I don't apologize for protecting myself.